Hello, everybody. So today I want to talk about free fallen stocks that used to be heroes that the market seems to be discounting. The first stock I briefly want to discuss, some people have asked me about this one. It is DuoLingo. I actually covered DuoLingo more than a year and a half ago on this channel. It's still up more than 2x from the point I made that video. It's funny, I didn't really like it too much back then. I'm still not the biggest fan of DuoLingo, even though I am well aware of the stock is down 50% from its highs. If you look at the metrics, everything looks good, right? Daily active users year over year up 40%, monthly active users up 24%, paid subscribers up 37% year over year. Note how, in my view, there's very few paid subscribers over there. Like out of 128 million users, you only have 10.9 million paid subscribers. So, that's less than 10% of people who are very familiar with the DuoLingo app who actually get a paid subscription, although that's where they make most of their money. Advertising is the lesser part of their money. They still need, in my view, much more traction to try to get to convert these 128 million people into paid subscription. Penetration is 9%, you see, so it's not the highest, right? Not the highest. Revenue growth, though, is very good at 41% year over year. Analysts are telling me 34% year over year growth. And this business looks pretty good. But the problem is what? The problem is valuation. EV over GP over RG is above a 0.5. So that's no good for me. The valuation is no good. There's many cheaper businesses out there. And even if you look at more traditional metrics of valuation, it's trading at 44 times EBITDA. It's trading at 10 times forward revenue. And they had their big DuoLingo day the other day. And I'm not so sure of his innovation. I'm not so sure I understand this stock. Like, yeah, sure, okay. So they have DuoLingo tests, and you can learn English, and like you can write on your LinkedIn that you have a score in English or some foreign language, sure. And they launched a DuoLingo chess app in different languages from different parts of the world. Minor businesses, right? They had tried to launch back then, early childhood DuoLingo. They had tried to launch a math DuoLingo. Not so sure this actually went so well. I don't know if I buy the idea or the reason that this stock is way down because of AI. And that's the narrative, right? The narrative has shifted and people are saying, oh, well, people are going to learn a language because of AI. I don't know how much people actually learn on DuoLingo. To me, it is almost more like a game, right? It's an app that sells you a game, and they spend a lot of time on the graphics, on the design, on the dopamine. Whenever you get something right, you get a dopamine rush. But how effective is the app actually in teaching the language? That's point number one. And if people want an effective way to learn, they might use AI. And then I think the bigger point, the remaining point, is that people use the app because it's a game in disguise. It's a socially acceptable game. Maybe I'm a little bold saying that, but that's I think why this app is very popular. And as a result of that, it is. If you believe that too, then you probably think it's too immune for AI. But for me, and I'll conclude with this, for me, it is still too expensive. 0.57. Like, I don't need to be in the foreign language business in the era of AI, right? So I think this stock is still too expensive for me. I don't need to be into that business, especially as AI is coming and threatening all things education. So I don't need to be into that business. I would want to be into that business if it were dirt cheap, and it's not dirt cheap. So that's my take on DuoLingo. Let's move on to Cava. So Cava, what is it? Well, more than a month ago now. More than a month ago, I covered Cava. What happened? Cava had dropped quite a bit in a day. Well, it dropped some more, not too much more, but it dropped some more. Cava's down 25% from 40 days ago. If you go back to May-ish, June-ish, it was trading at $100. So $63 versus $100 back then. This stock has took a dive. Cava, I was more positive on the stock, except Same thing applies as to what I said when I made this video 40 days ago. I still find it too expensive. EV over GP over RG is 0.74. I find that too expensive because I don't need to be in the gyro and Middle Eastern food business. I want to be in it if it's going to be dirt cheap, but I don't need to be in the business of selling an $18 chicken gyro, right? Which I'm pretty sure is much more expensive than the mom and pop gyro shop in a lot of American communities. I'm pretty sure this is 3 times more expensive. Like, I don't need to be into that business, even though Gen Z seems to love the food. I don't think I need to be into that business if the valuation is not so low. Now, this stock has a lot going for it. It owns its store. It's implementing automation. They invest in these machines to automate the stores. They're very popular on DoorDash and Uber Eats, and they've been pretty successful at getting customers spending quite a bit of money on lunch. So they are doing something right. But that's the thing. The valuation here, right? 5 times forward sales, 57 times EBITDA. What does the valuation tell me? It tells me the market agrees with me that they've done something right. And that's why I find this stock still to this day too expensive for my taste. I wish them good luck, but I find them too expensive for my taste. And the last fallen stock that I want to talk about today is Lululemon. Now, I've covered it a few times on this channel, more than a year and a half ago too. This stock has took a precipitous dive, right? In a matter of it's not 6 months, like 4 months. In 4 months, it's down 50%. If you go back 6 months, you're down probably a little more, like 52, 53%. So this stock has dropped quite a bit. And you know what I'm going to say. EV over GP over RG is a 0.46. It's still too expensive for me. I don't need to be in the yoga pants business. I want to be in the yoga pants business if it's cheap, but it's still expensive. It's like, and here's an added problem. Let's say DuoLingo, for example, and Cava don't have that problem. Cava and DuoLingo, the growth is strong. 25% next 12-month growth for Cava. 34% next 12 months growth for DuoLingo. The growth is strong. Here's what I find when I study Lululemon. People are saying they're only going to grow sales by 7% next 12 months. That's less than monetary debasement. That's less than inflation. That doesn't even fit my basic criteria. Rule of 40 is not there at 34. Right, this is 37. We're not there either, but okay. But I still find it too expensive. DuoLingo is doing well on Rule of 40. Not the case for Lululemon. So what's going on with Lululemon, right? Because this is a company that was a former darling. It did pretty well, frankly. I mean, in line with the Nasdaq. And if you had looked at recent years after the events of 2020, this stock was doing really well. And even slightly before that, let's say 2015 to 2024, this stock was doing very well. But you find out that I think there's a lot of competitors. Like, if you look at they're growing apparel by 5%, store 3%, digital doing better. Of course, digital stores doing better. International doing well at 22%. Their revenue growth is pretty well. But my view is they have a lot of competition, and these are the two competitors in the marketplace, which, if you look, they make very similar products. And these products are probably inexpensive and cheap. And so the way I look at this is you had Celsius, right? Celsius was a leader in energy drinks, and then you had Alani, and Alani came and was taking business from Celsius, and so Celsius bought Alani, right? Lululemon, I don't think they're going to be able to buy Athleta because it belongs to Gap, and Gap is kind of like the historic clothing machine. But maybe Lululemon should try to buy Alo to just put some growth into that stock. And so that's why the growth has stalled. And so because of that, this is also a stock I'm not interested. So these stocks are discussed here and there in the market. They're fallen hyper-growth stocks. Are they cheap enough? No, they're not cheap enough for me, for my taste, and for my investing style. So anyways, this was not investment advice, not financial advice, only entertainment on this channel. Please like, please subscribe, follow me on Patreon, follow me on X. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.